Okay everybody, this is the complete transformation process for Legacy Leader Class Galvatron. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my pre-recorded videos because it's very detailed and it's helped loads of people out in the past. So it's exactly the same mold, just as I say, just a different version. It's the translucent one, so everything's a bit clearer, and again, it will help you out if you need it as an instructional tool. Okay guys, here it is, complete transformation process, Galvatron. And this guy's quite tricky, so I won't be rushing through this. Hopefully we can get it done without anything falling off or breaking. We're going to fold the forearms up first and foremost, and then via the wrist you're going to then push the fists into the forearms in the cutouts provided. Now at the front of each forearm there's a tab there, and at the top of each shoulder, the best thing about this translucent plastic is you can see all the cutouts brilliantly. So what we're going to do, we're going to fold this up. I suppose it's a bit like a double bicep, so you can fold it over and up again, line it up and push it in. Same on the other side, exactly the same. Fold it up again, line it up and click it in, exactly like that. Then what we can then do is this bit at the back, the treads, these are also stuck in via a tab there, so we're just going to separate them, bring this round, and it'll just fit. See how that bit's rolled over there? It'll just roll over and it'll just fit. It doesn't click in, it just feels like it's exactly in the right position. We're going to do exactly the same with the other side. So we're going to fold this out and then bring this up. Right, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to raise this camera up so we can see what else we're going to be doing. So what we've got now, we've got them pretty much ready. I'm just going to turn these just slightly out of the way, not too much. We're going to turn them around to the back. We're going to fold these bits which come out of the heel into position and out of the way, and then we're going to disconnect these as well, and again just leave these exactly out of the way. We're then going to turn him back around. We're then going to turn his legs as if he was sort of Charlie Chaplin, turn him to face out that way, and you can see via that tab we're just going to click them into position like so. Now in all honesty, that's the easy parts. What we've got now is quite tough. So we're then going to take this from around the waist, turn these, bring them completely out of the way. Now this is the bit which I've knocked off a couple of times already, so just be aware of that. So once they're clipped in, once they're turned out of the way, we can now get underneath and we can disconnect this there like so. Same on the other side, disconnect that, and then this allows us to now completely hold onto the chest, push out, disconnect these all the way down. So you can see that there's a tab on there and this was connected into that part. So we've completely pulled them down, they're out of the way. At the back, we're then going to move this forward. There's a cutout there and there's a tab on the top. So let's bring this over and click that straight into position. Once we've got that, we're then going to fold the whole part of the back down, and we've got what you can see is now the front of the cannon. Again, we can now bring this down, and you can see there we've got a big cutout, and this is of course now where we're going to fold the head. So let's disconnect the chest piece, fold it up. That'll fold right into place. Make sure that it's completely hidden away, it's nice and flush. Then you can fold this bit down and you can cover this up. There's a tab there and there's a tab there, and we're going to just click this in like so. You can hear that click in perfectly. Right, this is where it gets tricky. What we're going to do now, we're going to try and fold this, double fold this over, so you can see on there that I'm going to try and straighten this up. So as I'm pushing this down, I'm going to try straightening up the whole of the back of this. It just needs lifting slightly. There we go. I'm just going to move these way up out of the way, and you can see around there on the underside that was getting stuck on them bits. Now this will fit into position and it's nice and straight and flush. That is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for that to be flush, because then what you can do, you can fold this bit up for now, and again you can connect this into position and it will sit there. So once that's sitting flat, we know that we're pretty much in business again, to be honest. So from there, this is where we are going to bring these completely up and out of the way just for now. And now we can fold the legs right up. These are all, they might have just separated unfortunately, so I'm going to click them back together and I'm going to fold them up, click them back together, and these will then click into this as well. Should do. There you go, you saw that click, which is brilliant. And then we've got these bits which we folded out on the back of the shin. There's a cutout there, fold it up, click it in. It just makes it look so much neater. You've got a tab there and a hole there. So let's click this in, click that down, So it's starting to take some sort of shape. Here's the front bit again that's just popped slightly off, but now you can see it's ready in position. Keep these here sort of out of the way for now. We can bring this down. You've got all these tabs and all these cutouts here ready to just bring down. Just carefully make sure these, as I say, are out of the way. You're going to need them in a second. Now what happens is here these parts line up just underneath, and then you've got a tab here and then a cutout on the back of these, so you can just quickly push that in. Once you've pushed this in, oh, this is completely spun round on itself. Let's see how I can do this. I didn't even realize it's done that. Oh, right, there we go. Let's make sure it's out of the way slightly, turning it, bring this back up. I really don't know how I've done that. Ah, there we go. I've managed to twist it all the way around and just about line it up. So once they're clicked in there, that's it. You're on to a winner. Now we can just fold the legs out a little bit, line that up, fold these legs, well, not the legs, sorry, the treads out a little bit, and now we move on to the back piece. It looks a bit out of line at the moment, but it will be able to press in, especially once you've done this. Hold the legs together, bring this part down, slide it down like so, and then of course you can fold out these parts like that. The best thing advice I can give you is hold it tight as you're doing that, because then this allows it to land flat. So the last thing you need to do now is just straighten up all of this, because it looks like it's out of position, but it's not. It just needs straightening up. And around this side, there we go. So that's him in his cannon mode. What I was doing there was just, as you can see, straightening, pushing all these together. If you want to now, of course, you can attach all the pieces, which I showed you in the main transformation video, but we're going to go back now into robot mode. Okay then, so let's transform him back, and again it is still kind of tricky, so let's take the fusion cannon out straight away. And if we start, I suppose, reverse process, so if we just fold what were these back ends up into position and then fold that there as well, you can then separate these two. They pretty much did as soon as I did that. I'm going to leave them separated anyway, and then we're going to disconnect from inside here as well. Now what we're going to need to do is pull this back piece down, and then we're going to disconnect this first and foremost, though, one on either side. By doing that, this is going to now enable us to bring these, as they were earlier, completely out of the way. Now what we've got here is this is going to be the waist, so what you're going to need to do, I suppose, if we turn these here out of the way just for now, what we need to do obviously is get the head out of this. So separate what was, of course, the chest bit from there. There you go. Fold this back and let's pull the head out ready. Now, to be honest, this is probably the most difficult bit, so what I'm going to suggest doing is straighten the body up like so. There's the waist panel all under there. Don't worry about the legs for now, or the arms, but what we've got to do, and this is, again, it is really quite tricky. You've got this hole here. What we need to do is get this tab in. If we don't get this tab in, pretty much nothing's going to work. So we're going to have to fold this up and over on itself like that. So you see how it folded back over on itself, and what this enables us to do now is push that into position. So once you've done that, it's game on. You can get the rest of it done. You can fold the head out and everything will line up. If you don't do that, it's just popped out again. Typically, I was going to say, if we don't get that lined up into there, when you bring the chest piece forward like this, it looks like it still might be playing up for me, so you might see this firsthand. Oh no, there you go. See how it clips all the way down? If you don't get that lined up there, the front chest piece won't clip in, and then this part here will just not fit under the head at all, and then you're completely stuck, to be honest, and it'll drive you insane. So what we need to do now then, you can see there's all the cutouts and there's all the tabs. So let's fold these into position. You'll hear them click. Again, that's the beauty of this guy. It does all fit and click into position. Once you've got everything set up, relatively easy. That was the hardest bit there, to be honest. In fact, I'm going to come to that bit in a second. I'm going to fold this back bit up and then going to bring this up there. That's just fits snugly over there, which you can see. I'm going to turn them around so they're out of the way. I'm going to turn the legs around as well, actually, so they're out of the way. And I'm going to come to these arm bits last. So we're going to bring these up, make sure the shoulder part is folded out of the way, push this up. There we go. That's better. Push this up, click this in underneath. That's the clicks I was after. Turn the shoulders back out, turn the head around, bring the arms around, separate this completely, fold the forearms out, right down, And then what we need to do with this is there's the tab, there's the hole, reposition all of this. So spin it around, push it up into position, click it in. Same on this side. So let's bring the tracks around so you can see. Bring this up into that position. See, there's the hole. Click it in. Fold the forearm out like so. And now we can turn it around, lift the forearm up, bring the fists around, and same for this. Once that's into position, all we need to do now is spin it around to the back, bring these back out underneath, and then there's a tab there for this to fold right over and click in. So that just fits nice and snugly and tidily at the back. So you've got them tabbed in there, these two folded out, that's tabbed in at the back. Much easier going backwards, to be honest, much easier. There you go, guys, complete transformation. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.